What's up, you guys? It's your boy Miguel giving you your daily dose of radiation. Today's video, we're covering how working at the emergency room slash hospital has prepared me for death and my own health downfall, and semi how to prepare, I suppose. So to give you context, I'm an Xray tech. I'm night shift. I work a lot of overtime, so do devil in day shift. So I would say that if you work in an emergency room, you will see death. You will be involved in either seeing someone either come in and they're like got into a car crash, gunshot wound to the head, fucking like the worst burn, whatever, like any like crazy thing they can come in. They'll be in your emergency room. Either they'll die before you even got in there to do your x-ray. Either as you're doing your x-ray, the person codes, like something will happen. Amongst your career, you will deal with some kind of form of death. And I would say all death is sad. But the baby death I would say is the most hardest one. It's always the most hardest one on, especially at the hospital and like the emergency room, because like everyone's like, dang, we could have saved this baby. He has like his life ahead of him. He didn't even get, like, it'll be kind of like, it'll be rough. It'll get you, especially like if you see that every day. I can see, and especially I would say it's harder, even more harder on the nurses and the doctors than it is on us X-ray techs, because like our whole part is like, okay, you just wanted a chest X-ray, you wanted this, like that's all we could do for that patient, and if we did it and that, like, okay, we did our part. But I feel like it's harder on like the doctors and the nurses, because like sometimes they'd be like, oh, if I would have done this, or oh, if I would have done like other, like if I would have maybe focused on this or done this quicker, like I feel like it could semi feel like they're more guilt on their part, and it can make them feel bad. But it is sad when it is a baby. I would say out of all, especially me now as being a parent, I would say it hurts you, especially seeing like the parents there also sometimes, and they tell them the news and stuff like that. It would be very sad and devastating and stuff like that. But I would say with dealing with that, I just cope by going to the gym, talking to my lady who's a nurse, who she understands too. Focusing on like, it almost makes you in a way focus on like when you leave the hospital to appreciate your family more, and to like enjoy every minute you have, especially if you're in good health, and like it makes you want to make the most of what you have. And even with your own, like for me personally, I was always not in the best shape, but constantly seeing like what awaits the older you get, and like the downfall of your health just naturally like slowly go down. And like it makes me like, I never done drugs, and I never smoked, and I never done alcohol or anything like that. I've just kind of stayed away from all that. Seeing what all those stuff can just add on top of what natural health decline you, it would just makes it worse. Like I feel like you're naturally, everyone's genetics different. Everyone's like, everyone will have some kind of thing. Okay, like I mean, occasionally you'll have like the rare anomaly that will make it through their whole health and like nothing major, and they just die in their sleep. Good. But most people over time will have some kind of health problem, both cardiovascular, cancer, whatever it could be, that you're just kind of your hand that you're dealt with. So like I feel like if you already know that's gonna happen, and right here you are in your young, like 20s and 30s, and you know that what awaits. There's stuff that you could do to maybe prolong or increase or like prevent, to like maybe not get as bad as other people you see, or to help like take your vitamins, go work out, do the gym, don't do drugs, don't smoke, like don't do stuff that will add more to whatever hand you'll be dealt when you're older. That's how I feel is like the best way to go, and that's kind of the approach I'm taking, because I know that like regardless of what I do, I know that certain stuff I'm gonna be dealing with regardless. So I don't want to add more stuff, because like there's people now younger taking steroids, taking all these other stuff, and I'm like, why would you do that if you're just gonna whatever shit you're gonna add more to it. Like you're gonna like it's gonna be worse. Like not only do you have, let's say you have like cancer, now you have all these other stuff on top of the cancer because what you did when you're young. And the more I see it, like some people, they'll be older and the doctor will come in and tell them you have this, and this. And then they'll be like, dang. But why, doctor, do I have this? And then he'll start going, when you were in your mid whatever, did you ever do this, do that, do this? And like certain patients will be like, yeah. When I was young, I would be rock solid. I'd be young. I'd be doing this and this and that. And I'm like, I would never catch up to me, or I would like that's not gonna happen to me. I'm not gonna be a statistic, and like all that stuff. And like the doctor would be like, well, caught up to you, or like if you wouldn't have done all that, you could have prevented maybe this. Maybe you wouldn't have had bad this. And you can see them all. They'll be like so bad. Like they'll some of them will be like, well, I enjoyed my life, whatever. Other ones will be like, dang, I wish I would have never done that. Like they'll have regrets for doing all that stuff. And if I can be in a position to maybe prevent some of the stuff of the downfall of that, I will. So like the simple thing, sleep, rest, eating semi-healthier, the like multivitamins. And like I know I'm not in the best shape, but I'm working there. I mean, you can just check a video from like last year to this year, and you can see I'm doing a little bit more better. But yeah, it's been your boy Miguel. See you on the next one.